think in some of the traditional bodybuilding training programs I did a decade ago, or more actually, almost 15 years ago, I got introduced to this style of training that you just saw with the supersets, German body composition training by Charles Poliquin. I haven't really innovated anything on top of that other than just choosing some movements that we did a lot in CrossFit or functional fitness and more functional bodybuilding movements, but same concept. Typically in those programs back in the day, there were anywhere from 3, sometimes 4 supersets. So doing 3 to 4 supersets of just weight training, back and forth, tempo, rest periods, counting reps, it got a little bit, it was fantastic results, and anybody who stuck to it knew that. But there was a bit of fatigue mentally trying to stay connected to just doing superset. So one of the joys of the past 10 years of my life has been getting introduced to mixed modal conditioning, where we weight train, body weight, conditioning, cardio. And over the years, I realized that it's not just about heart pumping, breathing intensity. If put together in the right way, you get something that feels like doing more supersets, right? Because those supersets, if you stick to the rest periods, if you hold the tempos, it's breathing. Now, if you want to just like check your brain out and you want to just do reps of accessory exercises or additional lifts and layer in some cardio, that started to look like the conditioning that I became aware of in the last 10 years doing the sport of CrossFit and then building functional bodybuilding. So instead of doing 4 supersets or 3 supersets like the training programs from 15 years ago, I've built this pump program to have 2 core supersets, so we get the value of those big compound lifts, paired superset, back and forth, time under tension, adjusted rest periods to make it intense, and then removed the 3rd and the 4th and built in some what I call functional pump conditioning, or conditioning workouts that get you those added reps, that added volume of training under some aerobic fatigue. So that's what we're doing right now. Instead of a 3rd and a 4th superset, we're switching over to what I'll call sort of a fatigued hips or fatigued lower body conditioning piece. And we're gonna get more weight training with lunges, curtsy drop lunges. We're gonna get more hinging with the single leg back extension. And then we're gonna hit some bike intervals to go with it in kind of a circuit with rest. So there's gonna be rest built in. I'll do 12 to 15 reps on the lunge. I'll do 10 reps per leg on the back extension. I'll ride for approximately a minute, rest, repeat. I'm gonna get five rounds in today. That additional 5 rounds makes up for the 3rd and 4th superset that I'm not doing. Not to mention we did all that pre-fatigue at the beginning, and the pre-fatigue at the beginning also replicates or takes the place of one of the supersets just at a little bit lower intensity. And on the whole, what you end up with, and what I've ended up with, is now the power of that Poliquin style training that I used so effectively 15 years ago, with the added cardiorespiratory endurance portion of it through this type of conditioning, the interesting and variation of getting different formats of training in, by having the pre-fatigue, by having the supersets, by having the conditioning, and kind of creating a little bit of a story of your workout where it's like, part 1, pre-fatigue, part 2, get to your supersets, part 3, finish with some conditioning. That's what a lot of our audience members are used to. It's what a lot of people that are watching our stuff are intrigued by. They want to see, oh, I just go to the gym and I weight train. Well, how do I incorporate some conditioning work, some metcons? This is how you do it without taking such a big departure that you're going to miss out on the goal, which is look good, move well, get the body of your dreams, feel better, be more energetic, all that stuff. So here we go. Enough talking. Time to do it.
Side of the bed, I got good views on my brain. Sun shining on my face, birds singing out my name. Got rhythm in this soul, I'm kick drum on the beat. Let's down, can't bring me down, no, not today. Can't bring me down, everything's going my way. Yeah, it feels too good, like a picture perfect day. So bright, so righteous, hug your mama, wanna say, praise the Lord, hallelujah, feel that electricity.
That was set 3. The workout called for 3 to 5 sets, and that's sort of like to encourage our athletes, our members, to understand themselves better than just, oh, this is what I was told to do, I gotta follow it. At the end of the day, like, every single person is so different and unique on the day that they show up to the gym. Like, how's your body feeling? Did you sleep well last night? How hard did you go on the supersets? Like, if you kind of held back a little bit on the supersets, then maybe you're up for doing 5 sets of this. Or maybe you just smashed yourself. We went 10 out of 10 on the effort level on the supersets you get here. It's okay to take, you know, stop at 3 and move on with the rest of your day, with your cool down, with your daily recovery. So anyway, teaching people to be thinking athletes, auto-regulate. Know when you've had the right amount of stimulus and then move on before the quality suffers. I'm not there yet. I gotta do a little bit more. Sent it on the last one. Keep the legs moving. What a day. What a session. My legs are cooked. Sufficiently cooked. I will. By the way, anybody's wondering, today was a volume day. More volume than intensity. Volume isn't the best way to get really strong. If you want to be like the strongest person in the room, probably want to lower the volume, add in more rest, really push your top end of how your brain can contract muscles and fire with weights, heavy weights. At 37 years old, thinking about the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years, I'm much more inspired by the long game. I did a lot of the heavy stuff back in the day with CrossFit. Got some pretty like legit lifetime PRs that I can't even touch these days. And now, by using a little bit more volume, a little shorter rest periods, I'm able to get this like great ongoing stimulus for my muscles to stay, keep my muscle mass, maybe grow a little bit of muscle mass, stay lean, and be functional. Like for my life, I don't need to lift 500 pounds off the ground most days. So I've opted for that as an approach more often than not. This is kind of like what Persist Pump is all about. And you can build great muscle. Charles Poliquin showed it to me through his programs back in the 2006, 2007 time frame, that you can build a ton of muscle and you don't ever have to lift close to 90% or more of your physiological potential. You can do it with less weights. You just have to be mindful of volume, time under tension, managing your rest periods. So I did a lot of reps today, but I didn't do it at like max weight. People that come and try this program who have that mentality of I'm going to push the weights maximally, you will get fried. It's super hard. Now, you can learn, you can get a terrific training session from resistance training and a little bit of conditioning. And my intervals on the bike were challenging, and I got that pump and I pushed it, but you didn't see me like flop to the ground and want to throw up. That's not the kind of workout that this is. And from set 1 to set 5, my lunges looked good, my front squats looked good, all the things I did today looked good. I didn't get sloppy. So leaves me in the game, fighting for tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. Because consistency is what wins, always.